Thank you, Toot.
Good morning, Starshines. Saturday says hello. Good morning, Charles. Dude, thank you for the hydrate. I've done that twice, but I'm going to do it again. And good morning, Collie. Welcome in, welcome in. Alright, everyone should be out of ads, so let's hop on over. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Good morning, Paula. You're drinking water with almond syrup. Ooh, and sewing pillowcases. Nice. And we have our very first spin the wheel. Okay, we're gonna spin the wheel. I didn't even get to show you guys what's on the wheel. So we're doing wheel spins today, which I used to do all the time, and I've done less often. Quinn says, "Wheel day, heck yeah!" Yeah, the reason I haven't done wheel days is not so much that I don't enjoy them, it's that I've only had one or maybe two projects like in a hoop with all the floss ready to go. But I went on a bit of a tear and I have 4 ready to go. So these are our options today. We've got Dinosaur Forest, which I'm less than 900 stitches away from finishing, like 800 and something. There's Dinosaur Forest, the first option. We've got my Star Wars Episode 3 scroll, which is the long skinny boy. I know, Charles, I'm so close on Dinosaur Forest. We've got Cozy Post-Apocalypse, which is another skinny boy. And then we've got Banks. So what I've learned is whatever I start next, I need to... Sorry. Didn't mean to hit you guys there. Whatever I start next, I think I need some more colorful Ada in my life. Like, I think I need a color of Ada. This is a little ridiculous. For me, anyways. Gwen says, I love the trans alien needle minder. The hoodie looks so comfy. I know. Okay, so this is actually a pin that I got off of Temu, I think. And it's just so perfect. The only thing about this is it wasn't a like an enamel pin with the straight back. It was like one of the punch ones. So I don't know how well you can see, but trying to get the back off was not the cleanest experiment. So it doesn't really like slide over the Ada like my other needle minders do. Like, you know how you can kind of move the needle minder around without pulling it off? This one doesn't really do that, or it does, but there's like resistance and I don't really want to mess up the stitches. So that's the only thing about this guy. But I love him. I love them. If anyone I should say them, it would be them, but I love him. Okay, so let's spin. Golly says Greem Ada. Greem Ada, yes, because I have a project I want to do on Greem Ada, and I have Greem Ada. I just need to do it. Fucking grim. Okay, so we're gonna spin. Oh, I misspelled one of my projects here. There we go, that's better. Alright, the winner is Star Wars Episode 3. So that's what we're working on right now. So these other guys will go to the side here. Hello, thread that belongs to a different project. It says, to be fair, the last bit of green Ada purchased in this household was for me. Yeah, it was the sparkly green stuff. I think the last bit of green Ada before that was also for you, the seafoam green. I want to get out my green Ada and show you guys now. Then I think that would just result in me starting a new project on stream, so we're not going to do that. Maybe on break. So this was one of those, like, I saw it and I needed to immediately start it obsession pieces. I held off starting it until the next day, but that's because I dyed the Ada for it instead. So I dyed Ada. This is just tea dyed. And then I started it the next day. But I cut these really long. So this designer has now done episodes 1 through 6, but he only had episodes 1 through 3 released at the time. So I cut and dyed the Ada for episodes 1 through 3, all at the same time, and then I'm gonna go from there. And I don't actually have a thread started, so my options are brown or black for this section. Let's do some black. And I have all of my my loud pencil boxes with my various glosses. Sorry for all the clinky clacky noises as I open and close my boxes. Hope it's not too distracting. So yeah, welcome back to, like, I realize I haven't been doing live streams that long, but I feel like this is still kind of a throwback, like classic DH stream, doing Wheel of Whips with the POW cam, We're doing a tree eat today. Paula cannot hear the noises over the sewing machine. Okay, good. Good. I can see my little sound bar popping up every time I open one, and I'm like, oh, I am scuffed. Scuff streamer. That's okay. As you can see, the most difficult part of this project is dealing with all of this extra fabric. I kind of like curl it up and then hold it in my left hand. Carl says these are my favorite streams. I think we're going to do more of them. I like them. They're fun. I get to talk about more projects and stuff. I think for a while I was only having 1 or 2 like focus projects out and ready to go. And it felt kind of silly to fully kit up a project just for a Saturday morning stream and then put everything away, but I'm liking having multiple things to bounce between right now. I think I know I've talked about WhipGo on stream. But I'm still kind of using that as my like framing narrative for what I'm working on generally, but I'm not using it as like I can only work on these projects. Right now the only project that I don't have like I could pick it up and put it in a frame and stitch on it is Mari Louie, I believe. As Enchantress, I don't need to kit up because it's a kit, literally a kit. I've got these 4, and then Mari Louie, which are all of my whips, so. Other than my tattoo hoodie, which I finished 2 more squares on WhipGo. Because I was really close to finishing those. So I finished 2 more squares on WhipGo, so I actually can do 2 more tattoos. I felt like stitching on other things and I don't want to force myself to work on anything. So I have 2 more tattoos like available, unlocked. I've unlocked 2 tattoos. Hey, Hailcat, welcome in. Hello, hello. Thanks for hopping in. We are having a Cozy Chaos stream this morning. I'm cross-stitching, but every 17 minutes, chat can make me spin a wheel to change what I'm working on. There's also a couple more redeems to mess with the stream. Mess with the stream, I say, in the most chill kind of ways. I realize now I probably should. There's like a little like spray of, I don't know, force gunk over here I should have started with, other than just starting on the giant chunk that is Anakin's shirt here. That's okay. I love these patterns. I've said it before, I'll say it again. They're so well designed. Hailcat is playing a cozy game, Laundry Store Sim. Just bought it this morning. Ooh. That actually sounds like it would be a super chill. Is it like a supermarket simulator type game? I've been feeling the draw towards gaming again. I got in touch with the Palia support to reset my account. Because you can't just start a new, you can't just start a new file. Which is a little bit silly, but I kind of understand why they're doing it. It's still annoying. You can't just start a new file, you have to get in touch with them and they like completely reset your account if you want to start over. Which I haven't played in so long, I think starting over is just going to be the best way to go. I'm waiting for that to happen. Stardew though. Stardew is also peak cozy. Yes, in a way, it starts with like a laundry service and then proceeds into a huge laundromat. So it's cozy yet capitalistic. Hallie has been super enjoying Fantasy Life the last few. Hallie, is it the new one? We have it. We haven't played it, mainly because my Switch is still packed up is the reason that I haven't played it. But Toot says I forgot we got Fantasy Life by forever. Yeah, okay. I have now lost Toot for the evers. But that's okay. I don't mind. Toot can play Fantasy Life. I will play Palia. It'll all be good. We were obsessed with the first one. It was so good. And we've been waiting for the new one for ages, and it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. How are you liking it? Managed to get to your 4th life to master last night, almost to 5 and 6. Amazing. So Fantasy Life is like, it's kind of a farming sim, kind of an RPG, but basically like you choose different professions and then you progress in those professions, and then you can change a profession and like progress in a different one. It's a really interesting twist on the Harvest Moon Dragon Quest type genre. Ali says, love the first game and I'm super enjoying the new one just as much. Good, I'm so glad. Yeah, the first game was so good. The only life that I didn't manage to get to master, I think, was the soldier one. It was either the soldier or the mercenary one. Because in order to progress, you have to, like, learn specific moves and, like, successfully chain moves together, and I'm not that good at combat. That's not a DH skill. And like I could have really like hit it hard and grinded it out, but that's also not how I play games, so. Gonna say something, or I got squirreled by Fantasy Life, I can't remember. Kelly says they calmed down the combat checklist in this one. Oh good. I think they only wanted you to use the charge skills, at least for the ranger. Okay, interesting. Yes, I have gotten distracted many times. I think I was just gushing about this pattern and how much I love it. It's a, if you guys haven't seen this one before, it's Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith, which is the best Star Wars movie, fight me. But it's the entire movie. And it's done in this, like, tapestry scroll style. And I'm not very far, because I wanted to make sure it would fit on the piece of fabric, so I actually did the entire bottom of the border. But like, so this is the style it's in, and it's like, it's in a pixely style, but it's not really traditional pixel art. But this first frame, it's very clearly the do it scene. Like, you can see there's Count Dooku, there's Count Dooku's head, there's Anakin and the Emperor, Senator at this point. But they're really well designed patterns. And every time I look closely at them, I just see more and more details that are very simply but very effectively designed. I love them. I do want to do, I'm hoping that they'll release the next 3. So I'm hoping to eventually have all 9 done. But that's a bit of an undertaking there. This one's about 12,000 stitches, all told. So multiply that by 9. It's quite an undertaking. But also I didn't start with the first one, because if I started with the first one, I would feel like I would have to do all of them. I started with my favorite. So if I only did one, it would be fine. Another spin. All right, let me just tick off what I did, because I spent some time talking about my projects. I also put the cooldown on the wheel spin like much lower than I have in the past. Because that's fun. We like spinning. Oh, I'm sorry, Paolo. Their bobbin ran out. You're gonna have to wind up a new one, unfortunately. Kali says, oh, there are Kali said something. I can't pronounce it, apparently. Are they all the same size? Yes and no. I'm gonna spin this first. We are working on Dinosaur Forest! Yay! They're all the same height, but they're different lengths. Like, not significantly different, but like maybe an inch or two not the same. Back, Needle, come back. What is... It always has the best emotes. I took my meds a little bit late today. I don't think they've actually kicked in yet. I had a bit of a scattered morning. I did manage to take a very nice shower, though. You know, one of those mornings when, like, you're feeling just super scattered, and then you take a shower, and then, like, everything feels better? That was this morning. I'm pretty sure I ate breakfast. I know I've been hydrating. So this is Dinosaur Forest. Many of you are familiar with it. I think I'm gonna make a video out of the stream where we picked floss for this, because it was so much fun. But chat helped me pick out the floss blends for this one. I've been working on it since November, I believe. And yeah, I am so close. This is not going away until it's finished. Like, this is on the home stretch. I'm not letting myself get squirreled. Hey, good morning, Lady K. Welcome in, welcome in. Tyler says, for some reason, after a shower is always better. But before the shower, I would never admit that. True. Carl says, since November this time? Oh, that's right. I don't know. I don't know if I updated the start date on this. This is the third attempt at this pattern. You guys may remember. Also, the color on my camera is, like, wild. Second. Did I do something to my camera? Okay, that's better. That's more like true to color. This was looking so yellow. Does I like it? Looks more saturated. Yeah, I'm trying like I'm looking at my screen and then looking at like what's around me to try and like make sure it's the most color accurate that it could be. But yeah, this is the third attempt at this particular pattern. The first attempt was on just really horrific Ada that I would not wish on my worst enemy. It was not a fun stitching experience. I still had some in stash. I was looking the other day and I'm like, why am I keeping this? I'm never going to stitch on it. It's not fun to stitch on. I'm never going to reach for it. So that attempt, I made it about 2,000 stitches in, and I'm like, I can't stomach the thought of another 9,000 stitches in this. And then the second attempt was going really, really well, until I realized that my fabric was defective. I don't know if defective is the right word. I mean, it worked as fabric. It was just it was not the right size. It was not the size as advertised, so this piece would not fit. So again, I had to restart. And that was about 2,000 stitches in. But this attempt has been going very well. Every time that I've messed up on this attempt, you know, like a motif is in the wrong spot or something like that, I'm just like, no, we're working with it. We're pushing through. This is the one, because if I don't finish it this time, it's not getting finished. But it's getting finished. We're so close. This is by Owl Forest Embroidery. Owl, like the bird. They actually just put out a new pattern, which is super cute. But it was designed to be stitched with their proprietary hand-dyed threads, which are super pretty, but very expensive, very hard to get your hands on. And yeah, I didn't realize when I started it how much the design relied on those hand-dyes in order to get kind of the right effect. Because you'll see, like, there are some big chunks of color in this one. Like this boy, that's just a solid block of a single color, and then this big boy. So when you're using a hand-dyed floss, there's variegation. And I mean, there is, you can see a little bit of variegation in the blends that I'm using, but not... But it's very subtle. So the pattern relied heavily on getting those, like, that color variation from the variegated threads. Good morning, Deonce. Welcome in. Yeah, this guy is so close. I got 620 stitches in on him yesterday because the new FNAF game came out. And if you don't know, you know how like some people have traintism and some people have titanictism or dinosaurtism? I have FNAFtism. And it was in hibernation a little bit, and I didn't realize how strong it was And then Secret of the Mimic came out yesterday. And now my entire personality is FNAF lore. We spent all day, except for the time we were in Cryptic stream, watching FNAF, the new game. So, yeah, I did a lot of stitching. So hopefully I can do that again today and be almost done this. I know I sound super frustrated with this pattern, and I'm not. I love end your stream, but okay. Yes, and also Toot stream. Good morning, Cryptic. Good morning, Cat. Hello, friends. Hello, hello. We summon Cryptic by mentioning him. But yeah, basically it was like, wake up, Toot stream, FNAF, Cryptic, FNAF, go to bed, continue talking about FNAF. Hello, hello, happy Saturday. We're doing a little bit of cozy chaos today with the wheel spins. Charles said I should try to do something that's not just lying here being sleepy.
Drink.
Wheel? Wheel? Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Get my FNAF tumbler. Alice says, I wanted to tell you Hank Green mentioned ancient aliens on the Dear Hank and John podcast. I might have to check that out. Because as we all know, I also have the ancient aliens-tism. Charles should set up a wheel and do wheel spins with us. Wheels are fun. They are a good way, like, if you're not... They're a good executive dysfunction buster. Because if you're not sure what to work on next, and it doesn't just have to be with crafting projects, it can be like chores. You can put anything on a wheel. Cryptic says I got lost in seeing what was in Game Pass. I completely didn't hear the stream ping. That's okay, no worries. Is there anything good on the Game Pass at the moment? We used to have it, and then we just didn't use it enough. Charles just sleepy. You have tea, though. Nice. Cryptic's on the sleepy train. Waylon was pulling middle of the night shenanigans again. I do not envy you that. Yeah, you were just telling Toot you're downloading about 10, 6 to 7 you plan to stream. Amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, it is earlier for Charles. Charles is a couple hours ahead of us. When ours pull middle of the night shenanigans, it's usually like a, oh my god, what was that noise? because they've knocked over something they shouldn't have knocked. What is Inscription? Yay! Inscription's so good. The True Commander, which you guys might know from Moon's community. He occasionally hangs out over here. Just started playing Inscription as well. Carl says I like the music. The music's so good. I don't know if you guys were watching yesterday morning's stream, because Toot streams Inscription on Friday mornings. But they had an amazing run. They've been stuck on one challenge for like the last 3-4 streams. And they had an amazing run, beat the boss. It was so good. It was such a good run. And yes, the Inscription music is so good. You can find it on Spotify, and I just kind of like slide it into playlists every now and then. Just for something to break it up, it's good. Charles says I never know what's going on with that game, even less than other things, but it's nice to be in streams with. Yeah, it is a very good game to vibe with. Thank you for the spin, Kali. Alright. Just outlining our little dude there. Alright, spin, 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 spin. What's it gonna be? I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Back on Dinosaur Forest. Alright. My policy with spins is if I get the same thing twice in a row, I'll do it twice in a row. If I get the same thing 3 times in a row, I'll respin. So we'll do another round on Dinosaur Forest, and then if it comes up again, we'll respin. Yeah, Inscription's a really interesting one. It has a really great story. If you guys are interested, if you've watched Toot play and you're interested in more of like the lore, Markiplier did a full playthrough of it, and it was really interesting. I want to get your guys' opinion on something. So when I got back into cross-stitching, I was just using whatever the heck needles I had around. I didn't realize there was really a difference. And then people started telling me that, or I started learning, whatever, that, you know, the smaller the fabric, the smaller the needle, because you want less, like, drag going through the fabric. Like, okay, that makes sense. And people were saying use a 24 for 14 count, a 26 for 16 count, 28 for 18 count, and smaller. And I was like, okay, that sounds about right, but like, I don't really like working with I've kind of gotten used to a 26, but I'm back in my 24 era. And I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to be using a bigger needle than everybody else. But then I heard differing opinions. That you should basically use 24 for everything 18 and below, and a 26-28 for everything above that. How do you guys feel? What is your... Do you think there are hard and fast rules about what needle size you should use for what fabric? Or do you just kind of use whatever feels the most comfortable for you? I'm using a 26 right now. And I'm mostly okay, but every now and then I get a little bit of like I feel a little bit of a pull in my thumb right here that I don't feel with the 24s. Ella says, do you have the same Red Bull flavors as in Germany? Because we have a new summer flavor, white peach. You just cracked it open and it's so good. I have seen the white peach, so I think we have mostly the same flavors. But yeah, I saw the white peach the other day when I was going by the gas station. Charles says, I like 26s better, but I think people should just do what they want. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it too. Like, I definitely get the benefit in a smaller needle goes through the fabric easier, so there's have to like push on the needle less. But there's also like a level of personal comfort, I think. And like I think I'll use 26s on smaller stuff. But I really like the size of the 24s. Charles says, I think the pony blacks give you more flexibility. They are so smooth. Yeah, the pony blacks are definitely my favorite. Definitely my favorite needles. And Kali says, I think it's like needle brands and whatever make you enjoy stitching. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is largely a matter of personal preference. And I feel kind of bad for newbies coming into a hobby like cross stitch and like knitting, where people have such strong opinions about tools and how to use tools, and there are really very few hard and fast rules in crafting. There is a lot of like fuck around and find out. There's a lot of, you know, do what works for you. But a lot of people a lot of people have like such firm ideas that they can make their opinions seem like they are more concrete rules than they actually are. Alice says, my prim pack says 18 to 22. Use the 18 for stitching and the 20 for weaving and ends on knitting. I wonder if that's the same sizing, because an 18 is what I was using for cross stitch, and that was very large. Carl says, I need to find one of my pony black packages. Missing after you dumped your sewing toolbox on the floor during Moonstream. Oh no. Time to get the magnet wand out. Does anyone else do that? Summoning the scissors by making scissoring motions? Whenever I'm looking for my scissors, I just start going like this. Actually, more like this. I don't know why my scissors are crab claws, but if I'm looking for my scissors, I'm going like this. Charles says, also your pincushion somehow? Oh no. I hope Banjo didn't take off with it. Thought it was a cat toy. Charles says, I think it's pretty common. Good. Doing the scissor summoning ritual of crab claws. Oh, and I completely forgot about the other part of the treat. Predictions are now open. We're gonna feed Pow in about 5 minutes. We're gonna feed Pow her treat in about 5 minutes. So get your predictions in now. We're gonna feed her both raspberries and blueberries. But if you, but which one is she going to go for first? That's the question. Is it gonna be raspberries or blueberries that she goes for first? So, get your predictions in. You can win stream points, channel points. If you are watching on YouTube, you can just shout it out in the chat. Charles says he might have batted it under something, but he's generally not interested in anything except carbs. Oh, Banjo's a mood. Banjo is a mood. Kyla says, I do wonder if Germany Europe has a different size system, because I tried to get the recommended sizes but couldn't find them. So I bought the first prim pack on Amazon. Interesting. And I know different types of needles have different sizing, so if you're getting like sewing needles versus tapestry needles, that can make a difference as well. I don't have my needle book here, so I can't really show you guys the difference. So yeah, get your votes in now. What do you think it's gonna be? Gonna be blueberries or raspberries? Holy heck, Dace! Welcome in, welcome in! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello, raiders! Hello, JZ! Hi, raiders. My name is DH. My pronouns are they, them, and I do cross-stitching and co-working here. We are doing a bit of a fun day today. Every 15 minutes or so, chat can make me spin a wheel, and I have to change what whip I'm working on. In about 5 minutes, we're going to be feeding my tortoise a snack. So if you want, you can vote on whether you think she's going to go for raspberries first or blueberries first. There, that's the quick download. But welcome in, welcome in. Hello, Bandit. How was your stream? What are you working on? Dace has some amazing projects. Oh, thank you for doing the shout out for Dace there. Amazing projects. They've got some really cool full coverages, really cool samplers and things like that. I love, is it Octavia, the octopus woman? You're working on Eevees today. Went pretty solid. Nice. Nice. That's a big full coverage too, but I really love that one. Well, if you have to raid and run, absolutely do what you need to do to take care of yourself. I'll keep an eye on the friendos. But otherwise, you're welcome to hang out and vibe. Make me switch. You can make me switch projects. Make me bobbinate thread that I haven't gotten to bobbinate yet. Oops. I don't usually use floss drops. They cause me some anxiety, actually, because cats. But I did them for this project because I needed to because it's all blends. This is all blends, but I am not super enjoying the experience of using the floss drops. I'm gonna be kind of glad when I'm finished with them. Cryptic says Blaze identifies as a dog. He's running around with pens in his mouth like he's a dog with a stick. Aw, that's super cute. Ginger boys, they're so dumb. They're full of love, but no room in brain for anything but love. Alright. The prediction is over. Yes, submission's closed. Day says my new bird loves the pen. Oh no. But she's more into throwing it about. I feel like that would be a complete jump scare if suddenly a pen just went flying over my head. Even if I knew there was a bird throwing it at me, I would still, it would be less than pleasant. Cryptic says, I think they share half a brain cell and Sparks has the entirety of it. Yeah, I feel like that is accurate most days. Alright guys, so I'm just gonna pull up the POW cam here. It says POW's on an adventure. Alright, so with Toot's assistance, we are going to be giving POW her treat eat. So you guys voted. You wanted to know if she was going to go for the raspberries, which are going down there on the right, or the blueberries going down there on the left. So what is it going to be? What is it going to be? So POW is a red-footed tortoise. Her native habitat is South America, in the jungles. He also says time to go hang out with the fam, have a good stream, have a good stream, have a good stream, have a good hangout. Thanks for dropping in, Deontay. So she's like a very tropical species, and her usual diet is basically anything that she can find on the forest floor. Which is why her species eats a lot more fruit than others, because literally anything that falls to the forest floor she will eat. So there's a lot of leafy greens, overripe fruit, carrion, that kind of thing. So we make sure that her diet does have quite a bit of fruit in it, compared to other species. She loves raspberries, bananas, blueberries, strawberries. She loves chicken. She loves egg. She loves being a little drama queen and not wanting to eat either one of her fruits. Come on, POW. Ben says, I feel like POW has grown since last year. I think she has. I think she has. The new enclosure's been really good for her. The new setup. She's been definitely getting big. She's not going to get a whole lot longer, because she's almost 10 inches now. She'll only get to be about 12 inches long, but she'll get quite, like, beefy. She's about 11 or 12 years old now. She is given the raspberry the side eye. Oh, okay. We have an intruder. Possible intruder here. Oh. Come on, pal. She's just done with us today. Cryptic accusing Toot of cheating. We picked up all of the banks. I say banks like I'm in the same room. Cheryl says she might choose cat instead of berry. You know what? I wouldn't put it past her. I feel like Pat would eat anything she could catch. And Binks would be stupid enough to slow down so that she could get caught. Okay, now Pao realizes there is fruit. Oh, that, or she was still trying to hunt Binks. Okay. Or escape. Another vote for escape from Lady K. Wow, I set up a tree eat for the first time in friggin' ages. Alright then. Charles says, well, since cat and escape aren't an option, she might consider fruit. Oh, maybe. And yes, we have raspberry. Confirmed raspberry is the winner. Alright, let's just get those. Raspberries are the winner. Congrats. Congrats, we've got another data point for Charles' spreadsheet. And it's raining fruit. Charles says raspberries are the best berries. It's the same, though. Oh, yeah, she did go for the one that was on her left. Interesting. I love watching her little snappy mouth. Well, Pao has finally had her treat, which is being weird. Hang on one second, guys. Okay. I was supposed to need to do an ad break, but I don't need to do it for another like 5 minutes, so we'll just hang out and watch Pao. Toot says she is so much. A big thank you to Toot for doing that for us. Dealing with Pao. Being a little drama queen. I mean, there are some days where we've set the food down on the other end of the enclosure and she whips around and comes racing over before Toot can get her hand out. Be like Pao, guys. Have a nice snack. Make sure you hydrate. Gwen says Pao's gonna make a smoothie on her stone now. Did I already say that? Yeah, I think I did, but that's okay. And we got Charles with another spin the wheel. Okay, spinning the wheel. Gwen says, "Oh, Toot." Yes, Gwen. Hydrate or die straight? Yes, Cheryl, you are allowed to post a link, and thank you for doing that. See, did it actually go through? It did. Excellent. I also love that hydrate or die straight made you think of Toot, because yes. Definitely.
Drink.
It's my turn. The only time she went to the right was chicken. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So yeah, if you want, Charles put up a link to the spreadsheet there. They've been tracking all of the results for the tree eats. All right, I'm hydrating. See, I'm hydrating with my Chica Chug. Also, Gwen, I don't know. I know you've been super busy the last couple of days. I put out Camp Woodwind, by the way. So that's the link that keeps popping up in chat. If you want to, I know you were going to add that to your rotation for your friends. Yeah. It says, Cryptic, did we tell you that the first time I streamed, I forgot to put a cooldown on hydrate? Yep. Toot, who so often has harassed streamers who forgot to put a cooldown on their hydrate, had no cooldown on their hydrate for their very first affiliate stream. It was good. We had fun that day. She says, I love that you're like, hey Gwen, Faz better. Gwen, Faz. Look, I know that like a bunch of her friends requested Woodwind, and Gwen and a bunch of their friends requested Woodwind, and they've been busy, so just wanted to let them know. Cryptic says, so that's why you spread cooldown awareness through TCC? Yes, exactly. Toot is now known in the Crypt community, horror gaming, for enforcing hydration cooldowns. Lady K says, I will take note of that, but probably lose the note and forget by the time you get affiliated. No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun when you forget, and then we can just harass you with hydrates. The camera isn't frozen. Pow's just really still. Carol says there were easier raspberries to get, but she couldn't have laid on all the berries to get them. Hey, Felicia, welcome in. Hello, hello. Oh, heck, yay! That hit our follower goal of 330 people. Welcome in, everyone. Yay, let's go. Hype. Amazing. Thank you, friends. And on that note, we actually do have to go and do an ad break now. So I'm going to... Hi, your stream seems super cozy. We are super cozy. It's in the name. But, you know, welcome in. We're actually going to do a quick break because I don't like doing stuff while ads are running for people who don't have sub or prime or anything like that. So I'm going to put up the break screen. I'm going to run a 3-minute ad. I'm not going to talk. You guys can just hang out, enjoy the vibes, enjoy POW. I'll be back in 3 minutes. Alright, I guess Pow is finished with her snack. Oh, the right one. There we go. Hello, we're back. I guess Pow's finished with her snack. Did you guys have a good break? Did you get something? Did you get some berries yourself, maybe? We are approaching Fruit Bat Summer, so it is almost the season. Fruit Bat Summer has kind of started here. We're in that beginning stage where, like, we have fruit, but it's not the best fruit yet. Lady K's just sipping on coffee. I have coffee. The St. Patrick's Day Massacre, with a little bit of creamer. I was thinking you wanted berries? Yes. Fresh fruit time. It says we need to find a local farmer's market. Yeah, and there's a couple of like greenhouses and farms and stuff around. I'd love to check out. Maybe next week. One says I kind of wanted to see if I could figure out how to do a double-sided hoop situation, because everyone in the friend group is getting Grafton and then another map they like. I think that's doable. I've seen a couple of tutorials, I think. After stream, I will try and hunt down the one I was thinking of. Because I've definitely seen them where, like, they're double-sided where one side is the stitching and one side is the fabric, but it's like sewn, so it's really super neat. And I'm sure you could do something similar with both sides as cross stitch. And Paula says we almost have affordable German strawberries. During strawberry season they are very cheap, but the first ones are extremely expensive. Yeah, it's the same here. The first ones of the year are always very expensive and not so great. One says this is definitely a future me problem. I think there's a special kind of frame, so each one is stretched properly. Oh, probably, yeah. Charles says JPS has been trying to take care of plants this year. I suggest planting some raspberries or fruit trees next year. Yes, yeah. In our first house, we planted a raspberry plant like the second or third year we were there. And it was just starting to get established and give fruit when we ended up moving out. But that's kind of the only thing I miss about being in a house, was having the backyard. We had a lovely backyard too, but it was a lot of work for an able-bodied person. I would not be able to keep up with it now. Yeah, Toot's right. We're getting amazing cherries right now. Charlie used to have a whole row of black raspberries. Oh. Lady K says I watched the fruit shows with glee for the melons to be truly in season once more. Yeah, Fruit Bat Summer it's coming. It's almost here in the Northern Hemisphere. Oh good. Want the flavorful cantaloupe and the sweet raspberries, no more bland. Yeah, I want to be able to pick up the box of strawberries and smell strawberries immediately. Charles says Pow has returned to eat the smooshed fruits. Yep. She'll come back. She'll go back and forth. Just likes to stretch her legs in between. It says those are the only thing I miss about growing up on a half acre in Michigan. The black raspberries. That and asparagus. Yeah, fresh asparagus is also very cool. Very cool. It looks very cool and it's very tasty, is what I meant to say. Bella says my grandparents got us plants for one Easter. My siblings both picked strawberries. A few years later, the entire front garden was strawberries. I picked tomatoes and mint. That mint plant still lives to this day. That's because mint is impossible to kill. Mint is the William Afton of plants. Charles says, I love asparagus. I had planted some just before I got too sick to garden. All that stuff died after I stopped watering it. Oh. Well, I hope JPS can get that stuff kicked back into gear. And I'm sure, like, you have so much knowledge about everything, about the gardening and stuff. You're a fantastic resource for other people who need, who are looking to bring a little more garden witchery into their lives. Also, we were talking about needle brands. This just reminded me. This is one of the Pony Blacks. I'm going to put it on the white Vado so you can see it. This is the brand that I prefer. They're smooth, but they're not shiny. They're like almost a matte finish. And they've got the black main bit body and then a white eye. And the eyes are huge. Like, so they're very easy to thread. So yeah, these are definitely my favorite needles. I have them in both 24 and 26. I think I prefer the 24s, but I'll use both. The 26s feel shorter than a normal 26, but it's because the white section is longer than the eye, so it feels like there's less like body of it, but it's the same. It's just the white paint is throwing me off. Charles says the white eye is rubbing off on yours. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. The eye always goes first on my, like, whenever I get the DMC gold eye ones, the gold plating is gone. I just had a moment of like, did the wheel actually spin Binks, or did I just decide to work on Binks for no reason? It did. I am working on what I'm supposed to be working on. So this is the Nurge hoop that I've been gushing about. My Quarter Stitch Crisis sent this to me, and I am so grateful because, like, I love it. And Charles gave in and ordered one, and then Moon gave in and ordered one, so apparently the cult is shifting towards Nurges, but it's so tight. Like, the fabric tension on this, like, I haven't tightened this in days, and it's so, like, taut. Charles says it's very nice. I do want to try the size down. This is the size 3. I do want to try the size 2, I believe is the smaller one. Cheryl still needs to file off the end. For some reason, this bit, like twisty bit, because I do it sideways so I can hold this like this. For some reason, Charles came like really rough and jagged there. And, yeah. Damn you, Amazon. But nothing a little bit of sandpaper won't fix. This project is Banks. It is a full coverage picture of my child Binks. Gigi, are you jelly because I'm talking about your sister? Charles says sandpaper has been an important cross-stitch tool for me. Yes, everybody say hi to Gigi. He is a big chunky man. All right, he's settling
Drink.
now. Thank you, Paula. We're doing some coworker appreciation for Gigi. Okay. Gigi says no appreciation. I'm just playing with his tummy now. Alicia says, I think nerd hoops are very good. I'm currently using the round one because it's easier for in-hand stitching. Oh, interesting. Yeah, like I like this one. So this is the one that one of the community members sent me, and it's great, but it's slightly too large. Like, it's not heavy or anything, but it's slightly too large for like super comfy hand stitching. So I'd like to try the smaller one. But yeah, I get that. We talk about the grippy hoops because I lucked across an Amazon product that has the same like inside ridge as the nerd hoops, that little like clicky ridge, which is what got me onto the nerd hoops because I didn't realize that the nerd hoops also had the grippy ridge. Charles says I want to spin, but Banks. I know, you enjoy Banks. I think Banks is gonna get more love. I'm saying Binks, like from Hocus Pocus. Because that's her name, but we always just say it Banks. That's the name of this project now. Nope, Gigi, no. No. Okay. That was Gigi trying to close OBS. And he also muted everything. So, sorry about that. Anyways, we're okay. Full on keyboard steppies. Gigi addresses chat. Sounded like it was about to crash the whole computer. Oh no, could you like hear sounds? Because it muted everything. I heard sounds. I didn't hear any like alert sounds or anything. No stream, only cuddle. I know. You heard a beep? Okay. As long as it wasn't like constant beeping. Holy crap, Pala! Cleaned up all the sewing stuff right after finishing. Let's go! That definitely deserves like a gold star. It's one of those beeps that sound like they come from the computer itself rather than through the speakers. Gigi, were you trying to blow up my computer? But yeah, this was a full coverage that Toot spotted on Etsy, and it reminded me so strongly of my little Banks. So I've been working on it slowly. It's my very first full coverage. I'm doing it 2/2 full cross, sorry, 2/1 full cross on 16 count pre-grid. And it's not a huge piece. It's only about 30,000 stitches altogether. And I'm about a third of the way through. So I was doing cross country by diagonal, as you can see. And that was getting really hard to manage with starting and stopping all the threads. And then I took a break to do her face, and then I went back to the diagonals, and I was like, I'm gonna try parking. I parked one thread, and then I'm like, I don't like parking. So now I'm just kind of doing chaos cross country, which is fine. That's what pre-gridded is for. Bye, Gigi. had started another project on this fabric, which is why there's like random stitches over here. When I get down there, I'll frog what's in the stitching area. But yeah, that project will be restarted. That was my Tangled Garden. Will be restarted. I'm going to be doing it 2 over 1/2 cross on... I have a knot. 2 over 1/2 cross on 25 count. I'm very excited. Because I've never done that before. This is not even there. Okay, cool. I have a knot, but it's like 10 stitches back, so it's not getting unknotted. I will not knot. But that one will also be chaos, because I don't want to park. I don't want to leave strands hanging off, and it's going to be a lot of confetti, so I'm just going to do that. I'm going to start in the middle and chaos my way around. Carl says chaos stitching is fine. Yep, I am embracing the chaos stitching. The nice thing about the cross-country by diagonal is that there's very little executive function involved, especially if you have a system. Like, if you're always going to fill in the diagonal from the top, you always know where you're going to stitch, what color you're going to stitch next. Whereas with chaos stitching, you kind of have to, like, decide that. It says, oh good, he came in here to scream at the laundry. Oh, he's in there screaming at the laundry because I still haven't folded my laundry from 2 days ago. I tell you guys, being an adult with ADHD is not always fun. I mean, we can do some pretty cool stuff, but like, laundry is not one of them. Felicia says it's very wise to only have 1 full coverage. I have like 10, but you love the process as well. Charles has a bunch of full coverages too. You don't mind. Cross-stitch projects don't take up much space. That's the thing. Compared to like knitting and crochet, cross-stitch whips do not take up very much space. But yeah, like I don't like having a ton of whips in the same category. Like, I like being able to rotate between techniques. So I've got 2 samplers. I've got 2 like partial coverage picture stitching, whatever you want to call it. 1 full coverage, 1 kit, and then 2 like long-term sals. So if I want to, if I'm fed up with what I'm working on, I can just switch technique. But if I have too many things that's the same technique, I'm just not going to work on any of them. I made a mistake somewhere, guys. There's the pick. Cryptic says, I know someone that at times takes 3 days to do 1 load of their laundry. Is it you, or is it Hailcat? Or is it me? You know me. I'm usually pretty good. Like, I'm usually pretty good. It's just the last couple of days have been weird because I had food poisoning and then FNAF happened. Hailcat says, you know what? Yeah, you tell him. Said no names. You need to protect yourself from repercussions. Wise. So yeah, I have 8 whips at the moment. In the breakdown that I said, I have the two sals, two samplers, 2 picture stitching, 1 kit, 1 full coverage. And even though the kit is full coverage, it's not really the same. Like it's a different vibe completely from doing a full coverage like this. And that's why it's hard for me to keep convincing myself that I need to wait and start Tangled Garden, because again, it'll be full coverage, but it'll be a different technique. So I'm like, no, I need to self. Because this is wheel spin day. Actually, most of them here. I don't have Enchantress with me, and I don't have my temperature cell. I have the rest of them over here. So full coverage
Thank you, Toot.
Banks. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Toot. And we got another wheel spin. We'll do that. Let's spin the wheel. Wheel spin. Fun. We've got more Star Wars. Okay. We'll pull that out in a sec. Also, I tend to say Star Wars instead of Star Wars. Because we have a joke that Toot doesn't actually know anything about Star Wars. They know just enough to be dangerous. Which is true. So it's always like, hey, that's a Star Wars. I was coming back for more fruit. So this is my full coverage. And then these 2 are my samplers. Dinosaur Forest, like you guys know, it's almost done. It's going to be done tomorrow if it's not done today. And then so this is my other sampler, which I'm going to work on now. And then my picture stitching is Cozy Post-Apocalypse, which I just started. And then there's Mari Louie, which is more of a seasonal stitch, but I'm putting it back in the rotation, so if like one of these random wheel spins comes up with her, then I'll just work on her. So that's her. I've just got to do the ribbons, but this is more of like my Christmas stitch, so not that I really do a Christmas stitch, but that's why she isn't super active, but she's out. And then so those are my 2 picture stitching. My kit is in the other room, but my tattoo hoodie is here. Cheryl says there was wool under my J. It's better now. Oh, I hate when I do that, when I like find just cat fuzz or something. And then I've got my tattoo hoodie, which is just a Walmart hoodie that I've been slowly filling up the sleeves with tattoos. I think the next one, because like I said, I've got 2 tattoos unlocked. I've got 2 tattoos unlocked, but what I think I might do for one of them at least is, because I'm kind of moving upwards, is I might see if I can find just some little motifs to put like here and here. Or if I don't want to set the precedent of filling in all the empty spaces like that, I'm just going to keep working upwards. So if you guys have any ideas for what I should stitch next on my tattoo sleeve, please let me know. We were deep in a FNAF mood, so I did Mangle. Cryptic was actually playing FNAF 2 on his stream the other day, and this is one of the characters that kept killing him. This is the Mangle. I should do Big Top. I should do Big Top. I'm gonna design a little Big Top. I'm just gonna do like an array of music, man. Cryptic says FNAF 2 played me, not the other way around. And it says, how long have you been cross-stitching? Interesting question, with several answers. There's my figure and Dan. I'm actually gonna release this as a freebie, because I designed this one, and it's really hard to find a Cantina band pattern, so this one's gonna be a freebie at some point. I want to add like an optional like Figure and Dan and the modal nodes wording around it, like a little like band t-shirt type vibe. So that's going to be a thing that happens. Sorry, Bandit. So I learned how to cross stitch when I was a wee bab, back in the 90s. And then I picked it up again, around 2011-ish, 2012. And then I fell out of it. And then I picked it up again around 2018, and then I fell out of it. And then I picked it up again a couple years ago and just haven't stopped. So since the 90s and also 2 years are my answers to that question. Gwen says, last night I started going through my regular floss boxes and transferring the floss to my new bobbins, because that's how much brain power you have left. But you're gonna nap. Okay, go rest. Rest well, Gwen. Recover. We'll be here when you want to hang out. Take easy, also important. Take easy, very important for you right now. Thank you, Felicia. Felicia says your whips are great. Gwen says, I will not be sleeping on left side. Yeah, no, you sleep on back. Sleep on back this one time. Dude says I was about to ignore that ignore that last one. I'm sure Socks would understand. Socks the Caterpillar is a character from Mail Time. Which Cryptic, I think that's on Game Pass too. You should definitely check it out. It's a very cute little platformer. Totally not the vibe of your channel, but you might like playing it off stream. But Socks the Caterpillar was a couple of his of their quotes were my first published patterns on the Etsy. No one's really bought them until the other day. Someone bought the Leave Done Talk one, and I was like, oh, nice. I'm always surprised when one of the older patterns sell. Toot says, I was going to say, in what world is Mail Time Cryptic's vibe? Well, like, not on-stream vibe, but off-stream vibe. You'll check it out. Currently painting cars and kitchens. Spray paint sim. Fun. Yeah, Mail Time, it's a very cozy little, like, platformer. Where you're a little dude delivering mail to a whimsical town of whimsical woodland creatures. It's very cute. Anna says, I've been crafting for 57 years. My great-grandmother taught me tatting and knitting when I was 4, and my mother taught me embroidery and cross-stitching when I was around 5. I've always crafted some pretty much my whole life. I'm a committed fiber artist, but cross-stitch is my first love. Oh, that's great. I would say that knitting is my first love, but we've drifted apart. You know when you love someone but you just can't be with them, and that's like a closed chapter of your life. That's how I feel about knitting. But I love cross stitch. Cross stitch is definitely my comfy place. I'd say knitting was my first love, but cross stitch is my true love. Well, Toot is my true love, but you know, I can't say that because they'll throw something at me. You guys remember when I used to stream sitting next to Toot, and every now and then they'd actually throw something at me? But now I'm in the other room, so they have to get up and cross the house to throw something at me, so I'm slightly safer. Some kind of snacks. I will put money down that right now Toot is telling one of the cats to come and get me. It says 100%. So this pattern, by the way, it's by a Nerdy Stitch on Etsy. The only patterns they have are the 6 Star Wars patterns. And I would really like them to design some more stuff because they're really cool. I'm also trying not to be like, I want to be your friend because I really like your art, but I want to be your friend because I really like your art. I try not to do that with cross-stitch designers because it can be a little bit creepy. I mean, we're all just people, but at the same time. Ah! I've been hit. Okay. Toot came in, threw something at me, and now I'm being watched by their son. This is their son. See if I can.
I have a spooky surprise for you. Peekaboo! Let's play a game of peekaboo.
Charles says they perceived the toot. That's illegal. Did you know that? It's highly illegal. Okay, that's not gonna work there. After stream, I have to move Toot's monitors because they found these little like shelves that hook onto the back of the monitors that are going to be perfect for their Pom Pal collection. So we've got to get those set up. They're coming in from Amazon today. I got a new. I had to adult. I was like, okay, we've got a little bit of Amazon money. I could get a new phone case because my phone case is broken. Or I could get Nerd Hoops, which I don't need, I just want. So I got the phone case because I'm an adult. Dude says I'm a nightmare. But you're my nightmare. "16 years in August." We've had people ask us before if we're actually married or if we're just like, you know, when you kind of like say you're married online. I don't know if that's so much a thing, but we're actual, like, legit had a wedding, married. And yeah, our anniversary is in August and it'll be 16 years this year. It says Paz looking at me like, why are you like this? Oh, Charles calling Toot out. Charles says Pow should know. Pow is also like that. Yeah, if there were any, like, Gigi is Toot's little love. Her cuddle son. But if there were any of our animals that were like Toot's two true children spiritually, biologically, it would be Pow and Sandy. They're small chaos beings. Next Friday, we are going to... Hi. Next Friday, we're going to the aquarium downtown and then on a boat tour of the harbor with Moon Phased and a True Commander and Midnight Crazy. Toot and Moon at the aquarium even though there are going to be 3 of us who marginally have some authority, they're going to be chaos gremlins. Chaos gremlins at the aquarium. Especially with the number of touch tanks. Like, we're going to have to just make sure that Moon doesn't walk out with a stingray in her pocket. Tyler says, I say I'm engaged to my Italian family. There isn't really a word for boyfriend, and we are way past that point where they would have expected us to marry, so we just say, yeah, sure, engaged. That makes sense. So yeah, so our plan is to, like, go to the aquarium and then kind of wander towards the waterfront for our boat tour. I am afraid of what's going to happen during that wander towards the waterfront for our boat tour section of the day. Even though Toot needs a walker, they're still really fast when they want to be. I've told this story before. Also, Moon could push it. I know! I'm worried about that too. Like, Toot just tucks her feet up on the walker and away they go to cause havoc. And I can't catch them. Amanda probably could though, which is good. So I've told this story before, and I told it to Hailcat and Cryptic in DMs. And Hailcat was like, yes, I can see this happening. But, before I became disabled, we would use, Toot has a wheelchair, like not an electric wheelchair, but a pushable wheelchair, and that's what we would use when we go to the zoo. So Toot would ride, I would push, because I was able-bodied at the time, and I was always, like, super fussy about putting the wheels on whenever we stopped, because I'm also a healthcare worker, so yes. So we stopped, and I put the wheels on, and I put the brakes on the wheels, and I went to get my drink of water, and Toot was being a little sassy, and took off the brakes and started scooching forward like, hee hee hee. Didn't realize that they were at the top of a slight hill. The wheelchair started rolling down the hill away from me, and in, like, this big gradual curve towards, like, this fencing that was at the bottom of the hill. So I'm standing at the top of the hill while Toot is rolling away from me directly towards this fence, and I just hear Toot going, no, the consequences of my action. I was dying. It was so funny. Like, I could have caught her at any time, but I definitely let her experience the consequences of her actions that day. Cheryl says, always funny. Christian says, that's exactly how I read the message too. Yo. It says, did I learn? Hell no. Nope, you'd still do the same thing. Cheryl says, I have wool under a lot of my keys. Sounds like it might be time to get the tweezers out. I do that every now and then. I find cleaning keyboards just very satisfying. Why am I continuing to play Floss Chicken? It's 310. I have enough 310. So I have a bobbin of 310 wound up in this project box. I have a bobbin of 310 wound up in the Binks project box. We're doing a spin, okay. Toot has at least 2 bobbins of 310, I think. Maybe just 1. So we've got at least 5 bobbins of 310 wound up. And then I have some more 310 in stash. Oh, you stick to 1? Yeah, I guess you don't really move stitching spots. Because I usually have one, I had one at my desk and one in the, at my other desk. And now I just put one in the box that needs it. Fibercrafter problems. And we're gonna do a spin. Charlie, I like the way you think. Hang on. Alright, is it Banks? Is it Dino Forest? It's Banks. Alright, we're doing more Banks. No love for cozy post-apocalypse today. Oh well. Fine. I'm probably gonna like hyper focus on that one after I finish Dinosaur Forest. I just almost pulled out Dinosaur Forest. But I really want to get a lot done on Binks because I'm really enjoying this project and I'm really excited. So like, I love that it's purples, but then down here is pumpkins. Let me see if I can show you. Charles says I'm using a pin to clean. Yeah. What am I doing? Where am I opening things? Yes. Paula says, any recommendations for juice under my 1 and 2 keys? And Charles says, more juice, so you can justify a new keyboard. But yeah, so that's going to be the last spin because we are getting towards the end of stream. But this is the... Oh, you guys can actually see that quite well. So this is the mock-up for Banks. Hey, Pocket Roddy, welcome in. Thanks so much for the follow. So I am excited. Like I might, after I kind of fill in... After I fill it, because I'm working up here, so after I fill in more of her face, like just get these jagged sections filled out, I might jump down and start working on some of the pumpkins. Because it's, so the pumpkins are all yellow, and then the ground under here is all like grimy greens. I love it. And thank you for the hydrate, Paula. Let's do that now. A Chica Chug. Toot says I'm drinking a Rigor Tortoise Frap. Yes, I started a Rigor Tortoise Frap and then Toot had to finish it because I did not do the mix correctly this morning. And Charles says it looks so much like Banks to me. It really does. Like, there's something about her little face. Like, just her little smoosh face. It was the little smoosh face and the little paws on the pumpkin that sold me on it. Because there are so many black cat patterns. But this one just looked so much like Banks in the expression. Charles says, what is a Rigor Tortoise? So that's another flavor from Coffin Creek, our local roastery, and it is butter pecan, chocolate, and caramel. But also just the name is wonderful. The one thing I'm realizing about this, yeah, like a turtle candy, exactly. The one thing I'm realizing about full coverage is the reason that I was getting overwhelmed with just... Gigi, can I help you? Okay, so there's a stack of boxes over here. And the top box is a package for my friend Caitlin. The second box is a package for Charles. The cats just need into that package for Charles. They will shove the top box to the side to get into the other one. And that's what he was just doing. They all want to go live with their Grunkle Charles. Hi baby. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. I think Gigi is saying no talk, no more stream. What was I saying? I can't even remember before Gigi went off on stuff. Right. So my thing about doing cross country is I was always feeling like I had to like keep working on the same color no matter what. So I'd finish, so then I didn't know like where to finish working on the color. But I think I've realized that I can just work on a thread of a color at a time. Like I can just finish off a thread and that's it. Like that's the color. So I think that's what I'm gonna do for this one, is do a thread and then switch it to a different color and work on that thread. Cheryl says I'd be happy to have them, maybe for a visit. Toot says you can have Binks. I don't even want to know what trouble Binks and Banjo could get into together. I'm finishing off this thread because I'm done this thread. Gigi's here, so I can't really do anything else. Which I think it means it's time to wrap up stream. Charles says eating ramen. Well, I never get a super ton done on every project, but it was fun. I like doing the wheel spins with you. Let me just tick off what I've done here. I didn't do that one. So I got to work on 3 projects. I got to show you some stuff that I've been working on, which has been a lot of fun. So we've got Dinosaur Forest, which is going to be done very soon. Mariluid, which might come out after I get some other stuff finished. So yeah, here's my little stack of whips. Let's switch over to the ending screen. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for the new follows, Felicia, Pocket Roddy. Thank you, Dace, for the raid. That was amazing. And then thanks for everyone who followed while we were offline. Fictional Fates, White Tea and Poison, and Leora at the library. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me. So let me see if I can get some of these links up. So if you're not already a member of the Discord, definitely come and hop in and check us out there. If you are a crafter, it's a fantastic place to hang out because most of us are also crafters. You like cozy gaming? Also a great place. Alicia says, thanks for stream. I enjoyed the atmosphere, so I will definitely come back. Hey, old guy. I'm so glad you were lurking for us. All right, so gonna do a shout out for Toot. If you're not following Toot, my spouse slash mod slash the person who threw things at me, they are doing they're doing their no mic horror gameplay. So if you're looking for some chill horror ASMR vibes, they stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday in the mornings. It's just like watching your older sibling play video games. So definitely give them a look. They are going to be live tomorrow morning for Ghost Church. We're doing Phasmophobia. No longer no cam, maybe. Ooh. And hi, Cruza. Bye, Cruza. All right. Let's see. Check out the shops. I have stuff. I sell stuff. Check out the Toot. Follow me on Blue Sky for updates. I'm going to be posting the schedules for the week tomorrow. And come join us in the Discord. So that's all the links. That's everything there. Alice is Toot reveal or Powcam? You'll have to tune into Ghost Church to find out. That is at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern, Sunday morning. tomorrow we're going to be playing some Phasmophobia with Toot over on their channel. Alright, so all that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me. This was such a fun stream. It was good seeing all the old friends, making all the new friends. Yeah, I'll be back on Monday for a co-working stream. Be back Thursday for another co-working stream, and then Saturday is a maybe because we have a big day Friday, so it'll kind of depend on just energy levels and stuff. But we're gonna post the schedules in the Discord and on Blue Sky tomorrow. Yeah, all right, awesome, thank you. This was such a fun way to spend a morning. I'm happy to have the wheel back. I'm happy to have Pow back. I'm happy to have you guys back. So let's find someone to raid out to. I'm gonna put the raid message up there. Copy the first one if you are subbed. Copy the second one if you are not subbed. And we will keep the love going here. Let's see. Online. Oh no, Rye Toast is live with FNAF. Goodbye forever, my friends. No, we're gonna go hang out with Caberhook. Caberhook is actually a member of the Crypt community, which is the stream team that Cryptic is part of. My god, my brain just completely borked. Oh, nope, they're raiding out. Never mind. Okay, we're gonna find someone to raid out to. Sorry about that, guys. It is Worldwide Knit in Public Day, Craft in Public Day, Fiber Arts in Public Day. So let us go hang out with Crash Override 8, who is out in public. Who is not out in public anymore. Like, oh my god, Twitch, why are you being twitchy? Yeah, good call. Let's go raid Sassacas, because I'm pretty sure they're up. Oh my goodness. I don't know why Twitch is showing me stuff that's offline. But yeah, let's see if we can raid Sassacas. Okay, okay. Start the raid here. Alright, thanks guys for sticking around. Sorry about that. I will see you in the Discord channel. I will see you in the coffee shop. I will see you, apparently, in Sassacas's Lord of the Rings extravaganza. But most importantly, my friends, I will see you in my heart. Alright. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.